Good morning, everyone. April Fool's Day. I'm not going to pull an April Fool's, but be awake all day. You never know. Well, I hope everyone had a happy, fun-filled weekend. So, good morning, Paul, Freed, and Carol, and Annie. And yes, we enjoyed our Easter weekend. Did a lot of cleaning out of drawers and all that kind of good stuff. And never did get out for a ride, but perhaps this afternoon we will. So, there's so many things I've worked on that I don't know what to talk about today because I'm not ready with all these things I've been working on. So first, let's all join together and do a prayer for Paul Freed, for his friend Michael. So let's call on Mother and Father and Archangel Michael to come and to bring regeneration, youthfulism, health, freedom, and peace into the heart. And let him feel rejuvenated and to be able to move on with his day and find happiness in knowing he's walking full of light from the heavenly experience of all the beings that reside there. So God bless to you, Paul's friend, and know that just having a friend says something. Amen. Yes, we all tend to yearn for friends and then aren't always aware that they're there. So a couple thoughts today. I pulled 3 cards for the group. And I'm assuming it's not many people because Carol had called me and said there's a global problem with the solar rays or something and that people aren't getting on their computers. But here we all are. So our first card is the Page of Air. A unicorn, a wolf. Yeah. Logical, honest, impulsive, and curious. Challenging information, delays or changes to your plans. Truth is delivered without tact. Oh, and there's a lion also. But for me, this woman gives me the energy of being fierce. So if you're a person that can't find the fierceness within yourself, then I can tell you you'll find it under your fear. So if you are and you do get afraid of things, know that when you can just take a breath and realize fears are only obstacles to keep you from being who you truly are. And go ahead and as long as it's kind and loving and safe and not against the law, go ahead and do it. Speak up for yourself. Go to a new job, a higher job. If you have gifts that no one's seeing, be the one who does see it. Be the one who says, I am and I can do this. I'm looking for an employer that cares about what people do. Because our next card is to release. Card number 13. from Archangel Azrael. The end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation. It's time to move on. What a beautiful angelic form that is to come into your life today. So whatever it is, that there are those of you who might be at a place where you're standing and you don't know which way to turn, forward. Do you want to turn around and go backwards? I haven't ever found in my life that going backwards works, because it's old and stale and been there, done that energy. So it's like over here there's a mother and a colt. You can see that right there. So move forward. Now the third card is the sun. Apparently some part of the world that's releasing today a happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead to success. Have confidence in yourself. So the message really came through on the cards. You can put yourself on a pedestal, not in the ego way, but in a believing way. And who's to know where that's going to lead you? Go by what you feel in your heart. And I have a passage from the Pistis I was going to read today. You're welcome, Paul. And the heavens and Sophia would like for you to remember the difference between the greater light and the fallen light. When you're confronted with the energies from beyond this world, the greater light has understanding and compassion, which is immediately felt by the individual. And this is how we must discern the difference between the lords of light and those of darkness. Love and compassion can be felt immediately. So you don't just want to be out there and living. You want to be feeling. That's how you begin to trust your heart and to trust your next turn and what's coming and how to be. To be willing to follow those who have a light body is not enough. For that is how TheoSophia was trapped during her time of her transition and her cries. Light garments are similar in appearance. There must be present the feeling of love, which is so overwhelming, because it is not eros, but the agape from the higher worlds. So do you recognize that feeling when things are just, you don't know how to explain it, it's just the wings of angels or of doves that are flopping in your heart, they get you excited. Good morning, Lauren. How are you today? Christ Jesus transverses the aeons with his greater light power veiled so that he is not recognized during his descent to help the Sophia. This allows him to interpenetrate the opposition hierarchy and reveal himself only to Sophia or those with higher spiritual vision, revealing this true brilliant light garment, which is revealed to be 10,000 times more brilliant than that of the lion-faced power, and greater than any sun system. 10,000 times 10 signifies the fullness of the higher hierarchy that is to be brought through the emanations of the restored tree of life. It is in the connection that those sojourning with the chaotic depths of the lower worlds are transformed as Christ reveals his light body appearance at the time of his second coming. I don't know if any of you have read the whole story about Sophia and how she goes from crying, blaming God, to wanting him to forgive her at the end. It's very powerful. And you don't begin to realize that which you whine about inside yourself unless you begin to read them. And they are in the Bible, but they're also here within the TheoSophia. So here she is at the end of her cries. Judge me in your righteousness, Yahweh, my God, and let them not rejoice over me. Let them not say in their hearts, Ha, your soul's delight. Let them not say, the one we have consumed. Because Sophia fell. She fell into the darkness and was surrounded by the darkness. And how she got out was at first calling on God, but first anger that it was his fault she was even there. And isn't that kind of the way we all are sometimes? We have to give the responsibility to someone else. And what her journey was is to realize that it was her doing, her process. Consuming is not destroying, but acquiring that which the other possesses. Note that if the wisdom of the Sophia is consumed by the fallen forces, a greater wisdom from the higher realms can also be initiated into their realm. And for those who receive it with love, it will be assisted. Yet those who receive it with hate and will do the same. Ultimately, it is the wisdom itself that must be purified and joined into the other emanations of light, if the realms are to be purified and brought forth in a greater truth. And here's her 3 more. Let them be ashamed and humiliated, those who rejoice at my misfortune. Let them be clothed in shame and humiliation, those who with great airs speak against me. And there is some point when people are finding fault with you and judging you. They're speaking about themselves, and you need to not take it personally. And actually, in our world, it's done a lot if you really listen. Let those who desire my righteousness be joyful and jubilant, and let them say that my Yahweh be magnified, those who are deserving the peace of this servant. And my tongue will sing of your righteousness all the day long in praise of you. And this is her ultimate victory through song and praise over the fallen hierarchies that continually have assaulted the people of light with negative thoughts. So why am I bringing this up today? Because Master DK visited us on Wednesday, and he left us with the challenge of to learn from our thoughts and understand the nakedness of a thought. So we didn't really talk about it much on Wednesday, but as you take it into your heart and want to go to the mind inside the heart, what did you come up with about the nakedness? Which means really your ability to see clearly that which you're thinking and how it's interacting and creating in your world. Energy follows thought. So thoughts are one of the most powerful things that you can really take a grasp of and begin to interact with it and choose to have a choice on what you're putting out into the world. Because whatever it is, when you start walking down the street and you happen to be wearing it, don't blame someone else for where it's coming from, because it came from your own experience. So, yes, I'm aware we might be going a little bit deep today, but it's kind of where I've been. So, join me. And there's an ease in having a mind that comes from within a closet that has purity, and that you don't say or think anything to another person that you wouldn't want to be said to you. because it's truly an experience that what is uncomfortable within your life does live within you. It's not from another person. No one else did it to you. You, because you felt an emptiness, said, well, I'll fill this up with me for now. And then it began to become comfortable and you didn't like that feeling either. So you have to love and embrace all the thoughts you have and begin to let them teach you and understand how to go about and be in the world in happiness. So let's say you say to me, what do I have to be happy about? Some of you, there's a swarm of thoughts coming to you. And if you're not having that, being alive is a huge win. Being able to see, talk, make movement, and have an experience in the world, but also the ability to have a meditation where you can go in and begin to reach out to all the heavenly beings and eventually to God to know, well, hello, God, here I am. What do you have for me? And to listen. So we spend probably too much time worrying about how things look and in judgment than allowing the nakedness of the pure thought to be our best friend. So if anyone's having a thought or something you'd like to share, come and join me in this conversation. I know it's a little deep, but that's really why we're all here. You know, we've done this road over and over and over again, if you didn't know. Different lifetimes and things that you didn't get the realization of or weren't able to transport into light. It comes and shows back up again. More than likely, once you're 7 years old, but sometimes it's earlier. And then there it is again. And you have a choice to bring light to it, to love it, and to laugh. So we don't want to have lives that where our head is down or we're afraid to be seen, even if it's just you. Because even though it's just you, God's there with you. You're never alone. Angels are around you. So let that be what you can be happy about every day. That as you walk and you put your head up and you can feel your heart and know it's full of love, that's what's needed. Trying to put yourself into a life where other people accept you or have a perception that they're doing the right thing, then you must ask yourself, well, who am I to say? As long as a person's in love and happiness, that is really the response. So, any questions? Mm-hmm. Hello, Annie. We missed you on Friday, but I hope you had a good weekend. You know, I can remember at one job I had, people were my friends, these three girls, and all of a sudden they weren't. They didn't want to sit near me. They didn't want to talk to me. And I remember being so upset. And I had no idea why. And yes, I succumbed to giving them my power of happiness. To where I finally went to my employer and I said, I don't know what I did. And what my employer that day gave to me was a powerful lesson. You need to not let that you need these three girls to be happy and to do your job. And she had been told years ago, good morning, Myra. If you can see everybody with toilet paper hanging out their dress, pants, whatever it is, because you have to remember we are all the same. And there is no one that can say that they're better or higher than anybody else. And I got to tell you, since that day, which has been years ago, maybe 20 years ago. I always laugh and chuckle when it comes to a point, and I've really overcome the need to have someone else approve of me. And that's what you need to know, all of you. It's your own acceptance that's required. It's not that someone else has been given that jewel to accept you. No. Why would it be necessary? You have all the love you need. You have the beautiful smile and joy that can touch and reach inside your heart and make you have laughter. So if there's other people who haven't gotten that message yet, know that they will find it in their own way, in their own time. You do not have to tell them. And by continually setting yourself free, you become who you truly are and not a victim. All right, so Lauren had a rough night. Question, is there anything specific I need to hear today? Yes, and similar to what I'm saying, I don't think you need to define yourself by how time in your world passed. So it is pick yourself up, think of positive thoughts, let everything else pour out of yourself. And sometimes I would imagine in my stomach or inside my heart, I put an Alka-Seltzer and it can clean out and have a drink of water and choose to change your day. Doesn't have to be that you stay that place because of how it made you feel then. This is about choosing a different experience in life today, or you're going to relive last night all over again. And that is not the process. All right? And Myra, good morning. We're talking about thought and how to purify these things. You know, we all have thought, all of us. So we can be sad and get quiet and be disruptive. The greatest tools are two things. If you realize you're thinking something that's not in the highlight, or you're saying something that's not, you can call in the vital flame and purify it and let it go. Or you can say cancel, cancel, cancel. They always had us do it 3 times. And that's going to begin to change the energy that you're holding in your mind's eye. Because, you know, it doesn't matter if you say it 1,000,000 times in one day. What you know is the next day it won't be as bad. You have to take a choice to know that you're free to be the love, and that no matter what comes out of your mouth, if it's not what you want, then cancel it, bottle flame it, and go on. And every time that happens, cancel, cancel, cancel. Bring the vital flame. It's going to start to create your energy of your field to become more light. When we have bad nights or bad interactions with people, there's a shade or a darkness, a shadow around us of the fear of what might happen if we bring that into our world. So shadows aren't real. Fear isn't real. It's an illusion. So you need to get beyond that in all these situations and begin to let the light that within every soul, there's a spark of light that was given at the time, each time you're born. And it is how you encase that light through feelings and interactions and patterns as to where you are in the world and how you're living. So today's a new day. You can begin to start anew and be happy and giggly and be wondrous about, wow, there is happiness in the world and I'm a part of it. And it will change what's coming towards you. It will help you release what's leaving you. And you will find that you're pretty much of a fun person and a lot of love. Love is the answer. Love has always been the medicine that God willingly gives to each soul. So in that spark of light is a great amount of love as that threefold flame comes up, and it brings up the yellow flame of wisdom in front of your energy field, brings up love behind your right side, and behind the left it's light blue and it's divine power. So no matter who you are, you have those three frequencies around you. And as you move forward, they move with you. So if you need more wisdom, call it forth from the flame of the yellow wisdom inside you. And that pink love behind your right shoulder is just so beautiful. It's so pure. And that's what is the transforming piece. And I'm going to pull one more card. Um, so let's see what the message today is about love. That's a wonderful awareness, is to know that you brighten up the room. And how do you do that? Even more is to clear this doubtfulness. Oh, wow. What a powerful card we got. The Empress. And 3 is my lucky number. Lavish abundance. Give birth to your dreams. Nurture yourself and others. And she's all in gold, isn't she beautiful? You know, yes, these are just cards, but they're about life and how it's true. You can choose to hold these thoughts, or you can hold thoughts that are bringing negative and giving voice to other parts of you that aren't really real. I had a nice one earlier. Look, here's the dragon sitting with the rider, contemplating. Things look very good. Have patience at this time. Make long-term plans. Doesn't say, well, nothing's happening. Well, this is terrible. I must have done something wrong. No, it's not saying that. It's having you learn patience. They look very good. You may just not know how it's supposed to go together yet. See? And let's see if this story's going to tell us one more thing. Events are moving at a fast pace. Delays are over, many things happening at once. So this is the fire of the belly, the creation within us. So when you have the fire going inside of you, the passion, things are happening. Get on the railroad train and go along with it. Be free. Only make choices that are happy and freedom for you, but always loving for you and everybody. All right? And let's choose one more. Way down at the bottom of the deck. Oh, the lovers. Intimate relationships. Carefully weigh your decisions. In good health. Beautiful healing green color from Hilaron. And this is Archangel Raphael. You can never love someone else more than you love yourself. So this whole issue of the lovers is within you. So you first must become, I am the love I'm looking for. You must be willing to contemplate. What does the feeling of love feel like? What does it feel like? It feels like happiness and wonder. And for me, it has no end. And if you have a limitation, you need to look at that and ask yourself why. Why would that be so? we all remember have that same spark of light that comes from Father within us that's ignited our existence. And it is through all of that that we can be free. And we can bring, and there are those people you can see kind of with a happy step walking, and they're happy and they're filling up not only their own lives, but every life they bump into. That's who we want to be. That's who we want to say April Fool to every April 1st, right? And have it mean nothing but that you're going to be able to love me more than ever before April Fool, because I've changed. Wouldn't that be a hoot? Yes. Lauren says thank you. Yes, there's so many positive things that everyone can bring to themselves every day. And if you begin to live every day that way, wake up in the morning and say, it's going to be a great day. I know the flowers are raising, the sun's going to come, and even if it's raining, every loving raindrop is touching your world and helping things grow or washing them away. You have to change your way of thinking. Everything's good, wonderful, peaceful, happiness, gentleness, kindness, all these things. You're filled with them. You just have to be willing to let go of the fear and the doldrums to let them see that they're always there. So the eye of the Horus is about your third eye connected to your pineal gland. And you are a choice of what power you give that to see the truth. Yes, I did hear that there was rain in Pennsylvania today. My grandsons were getting all bundled up yesterday to go out when I was talking to them. But see, rain is a good thing. It's how things grow. And don't be so silly that you don't think it's helping you grow also. Perhaps you're breathing in moisture that your body needs. Perhaps it's washing away your aura from fear or a thought that wasn't necessary or doesn't define you. Many of us have those experiences. So I've kind of been rolling on, haven't I? I guess it was the day for that. Archangel Sandalphon, unity. Traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations seek out mentors and like-minded folks. And you can see here, he's contemplating. Look at all those thoughts he has rolling around. I can pretty much, if he's at an archangel, they're all good things. They're creative things. They're ones that are going to make things happen. But no, he's always there for you. All the archangels are always there for you. Because you are actually never alone. And if you get to where you don't think anyone is, then you need to call up a friend that you have that you know believes in the same way and give you support. A supportive friend isn't one that takes you down a dark road. No. A supportive friend is someone who has the capability of being joyful and happy and having a new viewpoint about life. Yes, that's what we all choose every day. A new viewpoint. It is what will open opportunities to come to you. Well, Lauren, emotions are in the second chakra. And that's part of the lower level existence of each of us. And emotions, when they're healed, become creative. So instead of thinking, well, this is an appropriate response for me, I want you to see if you can bring joy into that place. Something that must have been a burden for you for years is now released. And now you can let go of that burden also. You don't have to define yourself by it. Now they have choice in what they choose to do. It's out of your hands. So, hallelujah, you have freedom. And I hope that helps you see how to change every day. And I want you, instead of being excited that you're going somewhere, be excited that you are realizing that you are a choice how you choose to feel. And whatever your part was, it's over. Now it's the two of them and how they choose to feel and forgive yourself. Ho'oponopono. I forgive, I let go, I love you. Many things. Yes, and what a wonderful experience. And this is perfect on this day. Anyone else with a question? And if you can give yourself that shift more, and then it might be those people, your husband, or who was your husband, and your son, maybe they have work to do individually and with each other. You know, the thing you all have to get is the path is a lot of work. It's looking at what you think and where that pattern came from and how long it's been sitting there and how easy and willing are you going to be to let it go. And then the next day there'll be something else. But then when you start getting to where, oh, here we are again, I'm going to choose to be happy. I'm going to choose to look at this with loving eyes and appreciate the opportunity I had to grow. Things change. And that's what we're looking for here. This is Classroom 101. Hello, join yourself. You are here. And some people are in the university level who've been working on it a while. But when you get through that emotional level, then you're in a different space. And people can stand there, yell and scream at you, and you go, I appreciate you're here. I'm hoping that you learn to love yourself. And like it said in one of the cards, you want to do it with tact. You don't have to be one that goes along with people in their trauma. No, you can choose not to. You can choose to discover that you are a beautiful spiritual being. Maybe even a whole spiritual center when you get to where you can start to shut energies down and open your heart and your mind to all kinds of things. And that's how you learn to be hand in hand with God within yourself and don't yearn or look for something different. All right. Anybody else? So I feel we kind of went deep today. Maybe something that came up from the weekend, like Lauren. And I hope you all understand it's simply where your heart sits is what is accepting the life you're leading in front of you. Because in truth, it's full of light and happiness and gentleness and kindness and wisdom, all of it. You just have to get willing to where you can see it and allow it to be. So let's all go on with our day with food to think about in its nakedness. Many blessings to you. I'm TheoSophia. Bye-bye.